Hi everybody, how are you today? It's me, Elizabeth, and it is Earth Day, April 22nd, 2020, and I'm coming to you from Sedona. I'm on top of a rock, and I just set up a really lovely earth grid, crystal grid for the earth, for Mother Earth, and hopefully you can see me okay. Yeah, anyway, so I just wanted to wish everybody out there a really beautiful Earth Day and new moon in Taurus, in this lovely grounding energy of Taurus that we have with us for the next month. So that's really exciting, coming out of the super fiery Aries energy into this more grounded and nurturing Taurian energy. So I can't flip around the camera since I'm on me. It doesn't, for whatever reason, let me flip it in the middle of a video. So I'm just going to pick up the camera and I'm going to show you the grid that I made and just kind of the activation that I'm doing today. And it's for, you know, for all of Earth and Gaia and humanity. So I'm just going to flip this around and hopefully you can see, try to move the shadows out of the way, just to get a feel, you know. There's the Kyle Gray from Angels and Ancestors, the Mother Earth card, feel loved and comforted. And then I picked two cards from the Dreams of Gaia deck. So I did the Ace of Pentacles, which is this beautiful earth dragon, and the Queen of Earth, or Queen of Pentacles, just so lovely. And yeah, I just have some beautiful crystals activating, earth energy, grounding energy, even the water energy. So and then you can kind of see where I am, give you a little bit of a view that I'm looking at. And yeah, okay, so I wanted to do a quick reading for you all. I only have two decks with me. I do have a special book and we can do that after. So anyway, I have the Earth Magic deck by Stephen Farmer. And so just wanted to, well, first I want to call in the elementals today. I've had this, this little elven fairy bell since I was 18 or 19 years old, and it stayed with me on the same leather cord and everything. It has like a little fairy elven bell in the middle. So I'm just going to call in the elementals. Okay, that feels good. And get a card from, or two cards from Stephen Farmer's Earth Magic deck, just to see what the energies are for the collective, what energies want to come in for you guys, for all of us, for whoever watches this. As always, I welcome you to share my videos if you think that it's something that would resonate with someone or help someone, and just kind of see where we're at, okay? I know it's been very challenging out there, hasn't it? And yeah, let's just see what wants to come through for you all. Okay, two cards. We'll do two cards. And then I've got a tarot deck, so we'll see if we feel like using it. Okay. Oh, look at this, you guys. Summer solstice wanted to come out. Radiance. There's that sun energy. You know, the sun is so healing. It's so healing. It's our star. It's the Earth's star, right? She is the sun. He, she is our star radiance. So this is definitely, you know, Mother Earth, Gaia energy coming in to tell us to get some sunshine, get out there in the sun, really get some rays of the sun. It's going to be very healing for you. It's going to boost your immunity. And that also, it's a nod to the summer solstice, and that I'm feeling like this is letting us know that we're going to be moving through a lot of these much more difficult, oh, I just saw 444 on my timestamp too. So yeah, we're going to be moving through this difficult energy in time for summer solstice. I think it's going to be, you know, a lot lighter for everyone over the summer, and we can expect a lot of shifts to happen. So, you know, until then, get your sun, you know, get the sun. The solstice is you know, it's where we have the most light on Earth, in the summer solstice. Now, if you're watching, you know, from the southern hemisphere, I know it's a little bit different for you, but it's still a nod to your vitamin D, the light codes that come from the sun, our star, you know, that it's healing, that it's there for us. It wants to, you know, it wants to support us during this time. It's really, really important. I love that. And let's see what else wants to come out. Oh, okay. Oh my goodness, you guys, fairies, earth magic. That's so amazing. So we'll just ring the fairy bell again. Yes. You know, the elementals, the things that are beyond the veil. And I just saw 555. So funny. The earth magic, the magic that the earth carries in her, that we're a part of. The things that aren't quite seen. So this is really speaking to tapping into your imagination at this time, you know, your fantasy, your imagination, getting out there into nature if you can, you know, the plants, the flowers, the plants, the animals, they all have messages for us. And we can even read from this too, from this fairies card. Hopefully it's not too windy. I know it's kind of probably going in and out. So fairies and nature spirits thought to be descended from early tribes, particularly the Tuatha De Danann, was associated with the goddess Dana, who once ruled Ireland. So shout out to Ireland and the Isles of the UK. Over time, these ancient people were conquered and displaced, and they fled to areas where humans didn't venture, ultimately becoming increasingly smaller and less visible in order to better hide themselves. Fairies have assumed responsibility for the plants and trees, or standing ones. They work with earth magic to take care of these beings, and if you ask, they'll help you with your garden or yard. So if a lot of you are able to spend more time in your yard and in your garden, maybe you try connecting to the fairy kingdom, the Elven Ones as well, okay? And they also have the power of enchantment and shape-shifting. So sometimes you may see some kind of flying insect, and you kind of do a double take. A butterfly just flew by. And you're like, wait, you know, was that an insect or was that actually a fairy who's been shape-shifting? Okay, fairies appreciate it when we show them through our actions that we love the earth as much as they do, and consequently they bestow a little of their magic upon us. So if you are looking for more magic in your life, we're gonna ring that bell again, you guys, and let them know. Thank you for hearing us. That is so amazing. I love that. Okay, so the card is saying you have the same power available to you as the fairies do. It starts with loving the earth through heartfelt gratitude and appreciation, but more important, through your actions. The fairies can help you reconnect in a more intimate way with the earth. And all they require is your willingness to pay attention to the trees and plant life around you and demonstrate your care. So whether you live in a small space or have an expanse of land, make it a point to be especially attentive to your surrounding vegetation. Plant something. Get your hands in the dirt and do so with love and enthusiasm. Every flower, tree, or shrub you are tending is a living being, so treat each like you would a dear friend. Ask the fairies to help you take care of these friends, and you will be rewarded many times over. And if you are stuck in the house, guys, you know, use your technology at this point. Use your computer, you know, that kind of thing to bring flowers up and whatever. Open up your windows. Sit in your window and let the sun come through. you know, meditations. I put a link on my Facebook page today for a meditation tonight at 6 p.m. and that's Pacific time, 6 p.m. So I think it's 8 p.m. Central time. And so even just doing things for guided meditations and things like that, you know, just to make you feel more connected, right? To make you feel more connected. Should we get one more card from Earth Magic? At the bottom of the deck was rain, purification. And now, you know, with springtime being here, you may be in a place where it is raining a little bit more. I would even tell you to just go outside when it's raining and let the rain wash over you, clear your aura, clear your energy field. The sun too, you know, it will clear your aura. If you get out there in the sunlight, it will clear your energy body. It will revive you. I mean, even me, you know, I'm at the start of my season where I'll be out in the sun a lot more. So it just feels so good. It feels so, so good. Connecting with the earth, connecting with the sun. It's just really all about connecting. And like I said, if it's raining by you, put yourself out there in the rain. Let the rain just cover you. You know, it's purifying. It really, really is. And I just keep looking at this Mother Earth card that I have set with the, you know, with my crystal grid. And she wants to comfort us. She wants us to feel loved throughout all of this. She really wants us to feel loved. The earth below your feet wants, and I just saw 1111, wants you to feel loved, you know? So feel that love today. Feel that love today. Maybe for one day, you know, don't post anything negative just for one day. Or a couple of days, like on your social media. Maybe just make it all about connection, the things that you do love, the things that are giving you inspiration, the things that are providing you with hope. What if we just like did that for a few days and kind of like let everything else just be? There's a thought for you. Ocean, the ebb and the flow coming in. For those of you lucky enough to live near a beach, I salute you. I salute you. So yes, if you have a body of water around you, a lot of times, like what I do is I will just put on sounds of the ocean because I obviously live in the high desert. And so I'll just put on the sounds of the ocean, you know, just trying to connect in with a water element. So the water element does want to come through because I saw rain at the bottom of the deck. And, you know, with Gaia, she's water and earth. You know, the earth is water as well, and we are comprised of water. And so we have our own internal tides, you know, our own internal tides, and it is an ebb and a flow, and the tide comes in and the tide goes out. And so just sort of recognizing that it's okay for us to feel the emotions, you know, it's again going back to that emotional body and how water can be such a powerful element to work with in helping us calm and soothe our emotions. This is one of the crystals that I pulled today. This is blue aragonite, and it's a really wonderful stone for the throat chakra, you know, for higher level communication that comes from love and things like that. Loving communication, mindful communication, being mindful of the things that we're posting on social media, the words that we're saying, calling other people things like stupid because their views don't agree with ours. I really have to say, you guys, like really, really think before you speak. Really think before you speak. But also this color blue can be used, let's say, for your sacral chakra or your solar plexus chakra. If you're feeling like a lot of anger or a lot of emotions, going back to this ebb and flow of the emotional body, that perhaps using stones that are more cooling, that can actually balance these parts of the energy body, would also be beneficial. And that was something in one of my classes just this past week with Kyle Gray. We were talking about using blue stones actually for the lower chakras, like for the sacral chakra, to help sort of balance the emotional body, because it has been so emotional. Don't you feel like some days you're like feeling like really, I don't know, sort of excited and happy, and you know, you've got time to create, or you've just got time to relax, and then other days it feels really heavy, and that is the ebb and the flow. Let's see what Stephen Farmer, he wrote this book, Earth Magic, and he's written other books. ocean. Let's just see what he had to say about the ebb and the flow. And I think we'll just pull a couple of tarot cards. I don't know the alphabet today. Here we go. Okay, the ebb and flow of life is never more clearly represented than in the ocean's movements. The tides of these great bodies of water rise and fall in regular rhythms, and the waves continue to roll to the shores in endless and varied patterns, just as they have been doing for millions of years, and will continue to do for millions more. These tides and waves maintain a relative predictability, okay, unless other foreseeable forces of nature intervene, which have been known to happen. Hurricanes and earthquakes, for instance, can have a dramatic effect on the characteristics of both the tides and waves. The oceans cover 70% of the earth, and the human body is comprised on average of 70% water. The dynamic gravitational interaction of the sun and moon that moves these massive bodies of water and creates the shifting tides also affects our human bodies in ways that we respond to instinctually, often having a great deal more influence over our moods and emotional states than we're aware of. So an important aspect in the art of living is to move with the ebb and flow of your emotions, joining their fluidity, but not being captured by it. It is also not necessary to become obsessed with any particular fluctuation in mood or feeling. They are simply emotions, often activated in ways that are completely beyond your understanding, and I would even add control. When you neither minimize nor exaggerate the intensity and importance of your emotions, you then have a greater sense of when and how to express them. And that's why I was really feeling this blue aragonite today, you know, the expression of the feelings. And I was feeling it linked into the sacral chakra, that that they're so connected right now, how we're feeling and what we're saying. Okay. Okay. Nurturing it as if you were nursing a child, Mother Earth. Or else smoothing over your feelings with more practiced responses that deny and hide what is going on beneath the surface of your expression. When you attempt to constrict yourself from experiencing your emotions, it is much like trying to stem the tides that grow even more forcefully with every attempt humans make to control them. Allow yourself to swim with these variations rather than resisting them. So if you have a bathtub, I would highly suggest going in the bath, like taking a bath every day. You can do a shower ritual where when you're in the shower, you just visualize the water from your head to your toe, and you can do breath work while you're in the shower and just imagine the water just taking all of the denser energies and just kind of like, allowing it to purify. So that will definitely help. But like I said, I really feel like, oh, there's teeny tiny little like fairy bug on me. Okay. So yeah, I was just feeling like this blue stone for the throat chakra for communication, and then linked into the emotional body, that if we can like kind of like align these two in a way where, if we're having an emotion, if we're having a really strong reaction to something, just being mindful of how that expression may affect others, that we're all going through this together, even if we don't share the same views on what that looks like, that it's really important, to be mindful of that. And so and you can call on dragon energy too. That's why I pulled the dragon into this grid today, why I added him, because the dragons, the earth dragons, they're there for us, the energy of the dragons, to purify, to burn away some of the lower energies. So, can definitely do some dragon meditations, visualizations, whatever works for you. And then the other stone that I thought was really beautiful to bring in today was this raw fuchsite, which is also really nice for connecting in with the elementals and the fairy kingdom, the elven kingdom, the plant kingdom, you know, the consciousness of the plants, of the animals, of the trees, of all of that. So a lot of heart chakra as well. Okay, so we've got ocean, we've got the fire of the sun, we've got the earth magic that the fairies bring in with the plant kingdoms and the elementals, and we've got the water element coming in to support us today on Earth Day from Mother Earth, from Gaia, the Queen of Earth. And I think that's really beautiful. I'm really excited. Okay, so I'm just going to pull a couple of tarot cards, and then I have a special surprise at the end that I wanted to show everybody. And we're just going to do something with it. I'm not even sure yet what exactly we're going to do. So I'm just going to get maybe just 3 cards. We don't need to do a whole tarot reading. Message from Mother Earth to all of her children today. What is the message from Mother Earth? Hold on. I just want to hold this card and make sure that I don't lose it in the wind. And hopefully it's not too windy. I know that can get, you know, when it's on camera, it can sound really distracting and annoying. So, well, the wind element wants to come in, right? Communication, change, movement. I'm just going to hold the Mother Earth card in my hand. Actually, I'll just put her right down here. Okay. Gosh, I hope this isn't too windy for you guys. Just bear with me if you can. So 3 cards from Mother Earth, from Gaia, to all of us here on planet Earth as her children. What would you like to say to us today? Ah, amazing. Okay. So first and foremost, she is saying to have hope. Here's the star card. To have hope, keep the faith, you guys, and work on your own healing. She's saying that I just got the message from her that our healing is connected to her healing. And I just saw 2222. That our healing is connected into her healing. That she wants us to have a renewed sense of hope. She wants us to wish upon our own star. Here now we've got the star sort of coming up twice. She wants us to just to connect in with a healing energy. That our healing is her healing. You know, that we're in it together. This is a card of Aquarius. So this is talking about the age of Aquarius, you know, the dawning of a new age, that it's coming. It's here. We're in it. And to find your North Star. If you know what your North Star is, everybody knows what it is. It's just about remembering it. To remember your North Star. And to pursue it, because the next card is the Knight of Cups. And he is going to pursue his North Star. He's on a mission. And so we're sort of in this place of being knighted. I'm just hearing that we're being knighted. And that's an accomplishment. You know, that is an accomplishment, that we're not quite children anymore. You know, we're not quite children, because today, you know, I pulled the Queen and the Mother to represent Gaia. So she's the Queen here. So we're not going to get this Queen status in my reading. She's the Queen today and every day. But that we're being knighted. And what happens when, you know, when an individual is knighted? That's a huge responsibility. That means that now we're stewards. And this cup is the cup of love. That is the love that we have for our environment, for Mother Earth, for all of the children on Earth, and I mean actual children. that we have a responsibility. And part of that responsibility is following, because it came out like this. Part of that responsibility is following our North Star. Following our North Star. The cup is love. The cup is the love. The star is the hope. It's the healing. It's life purpose. It's the soul's journey. Whew. And she's saying, I know that you're worried. I know that you are wondering if your hard work is all going to waste, if everything you've been working on has been a waste of your time. She's saying, I see that. I see that you're worried about your money. I see that you're worried about your stability. I see that you're worried about your foundation. She's saying, I see your worry. I see it. I know that you're worried. Okay? But she wants you to feel loved and comforted. And like I said, that's where this sort of emotional body energy that I'm feeling, this sacral chakra energy that I'm witnessing, with people just like vomiting online a lot. And that, feel her love and her comfort, feel her support. You have to have an outlet for your emotions. I get that. And that's what this ebb and flow was talking about the honoring of it. But if we really are going to step up and be these stewards, be knighted, be on our way to being these kings and queens that can really sit by her side as equals, then we have to take responsibility for the things that we say, for the information that we're putting out there, for the way that, the vibration that we're bringing to the table, that it's so important. We are these knights. I absolutely love this. I really, really love this. But she is honoring our worry. She is honoring our concern. This is like all of humanity right now, or a majority, or a lot of you, who are looking at the foundation, looking at all of everything that you've built over however many years, and worrying about it. It is a card of patience. And when the sevens come in, they're challenges, but they are spiritual challenges. So this is a spiritual test. It's a spiritual test. And so if we can come through this, which I know we can, some with more grace than others, some are going to have a harder time. It's okay. It's all part of the process. And that's where we can be there to support each other, despite our differences. Who cares if not everybody thinks exactly the same way as you? And this is something I've really, really, really been working on this week. And that's why I haven't done any readings, because I've really been working it out within myself as how I can best be of service, and how I can honor myself and honor my truth and still hold space and compassion for everybody else. But I have to say, it saddens me to see people calling each other stupid, people calling each other names, just totally discounting that other people may think differently than you. And we, and these are people who are well-intentioned. They have a good heart. So like I said, really coming from a place of mindfulness. I love this stone so much because it is a stone of Reiki, energy work, but it really, really works with the communication aspect of ourselves, So this is, okay. All right. So those were the 3 cards from the tarot. Want to see what's at the bottom of the deck? Of course. Look who's at the bottom of the deck. The Empress. That's Mother Earth. See her crown? You see those 12 stars there? That signifies like the zodiac. that she has all of the knowledge, you know, of the cosmos. And again, you know, it kind of is connected in. Look at her crown, and then look at, you know, the stars here. It's connected. That's why I said our healing is her healing. And her healing is our healing too. It's, you know, because we're so connected. The Empress, this unconditional love. She's the queen of all queens, you know, and she makes everything around her grow. Makes everything around her grow. And trust me when I say this energy right here, this earth energy, this divine feminine, this earth energy, life and creation, she is highly protected by forces that we may not even be able to understand. She is protected. And so therefore, so are we. So are we. But we have to make wise decisions, and we have to be good to each other. Okay, you guys, last but not least, so I just received a book, and it's really special. And I want to just kind of like just pick a page and see what wants to come out. So most of you know what runes are, the Nordic alphabet, the runes. It's not a system that I ever learned. I used to have runes and I would sort of play with them when I was a teenager. But these, so in any event, these are not the traditional Nordic runes. These are from a group called the Silver Elves, and it is their own system of runes. And it didn't come with the physical runes, but it kind of teaches you how to use the system and kind of like make runes on like objects and things like that. So I just wanted, there's 40 of them. It's a system of 40, and I'll just show you the book. This group has been, the Silver Elves are a family of elves who have been living and sharing the Elven way since 1975, and that was the year I was born. So this sort of like really resonates with me. And it's a system of 40 different runes. So we're just gonna like pick one, but I'll show you real fast just what some of them look like. For those of you who are into runes, I know my friend Anita, if you watch this, I know you're like, really, you know the system of runes really well. Well, these are Elven runes. And so I've really been connecting into my Elven energy lately. During this time, it's interesting to see what remembrances we all have. And a lot of things that I had sort of known as a child and sort of forgotten are now coming back up again for me. So I'm wondering if any of you are having those amazing experiences of remembering during this time. Okay, so we're just going to pick one page, and I'm gonna ring the bell again, and we'll just ask the Elvens, the Silver Elves, what rune they would like to pick for the collective, for humanity today on Earth Day and this new moon in Taurus. Okay, that's not a rune. One page, please. One rune, please. Iron. Wow. Okay, shields. The magical implement of iron is the shield. Beautiful. Create a shield for yourself. For yourself. A personal, clan, or family crest. Imagine yourself surrounded by light and unapproachable by negative or harmful forces. So for those of you who are deeply empathic, or who are just realizing that you're an empath, that you're highly sensitive, iron is the rune for shielding. It represents what is hard and difficult, right? Iron. And what must be done and cannot be avoided. An uncertain and dangerous passage. An initiation that is a trial, a test. What did I say? We're being tested. It's a decidedly material symbol, very material symbol. representing the mundane world and the unavoidability of dealing with it. It is said in some mythologies that the ancient elves despised iron as the symbol of man's armor, that they didn't like that man wore armor. That Knight of Cups with his armor, right? That Knight of Cups that came out. That they despised that as the symbol of man's armor, weapons, and cruelty. Iron killed the trees and destroyed the forests. We might think of the branding irons, symbols of oppression, possession, and slavery. There is the saying, ironing things out, in which circumstances are smoothed out through effort. Even everyday ironing is a process of turning clothing, which is by nature a little wrinkled, into something smooth and neat and flat. It seems to be a propensity of man to level everything. Still, evolution produces many miracles. The Book of Elven Runes. Wow. There is also the phrase, strike while the iron is hot, which means essentially to seize one's opportunity when the time presents itself, even though the act might be dangerous. Delay can be catastrophic. Thus, it also tells us to be strong and endure. It is a symbol of courage in the face of adversity and patience, thus timing. And 2, our bodies need iron to make our blood strong. So it is a symbol of strength and fortitude. What did I say? That the 7s, they're a spiritual challenge. Of faith in the light in the heart of darkness. It shows the path of the spirit in the material world. Wow. The way of the warrior. All of us possess varying degrees of strength and weakness in varying amounts at different times. Yet, at each juncture of our life, through effort, we can be at the height of strength possible for us at that moment. The question is what is the proper way to deal with iron, and that which can level forests, rend human limbs, and which armors the human psyche from realities it is programmed against facing. Yet iron does no harm to air and cannot cleave water, right? It cannot cleave water, and if restrained, can be melted by fire. So too, we must overcome iron with intelligence, air, and love, water. But it is only by willpower, fire, that we can find the courage to put aside force, iron, and conflict. Let me read that again. So too we must overcome iron with intelligence, which is air, and love, which is water. But it is only by willpower or fire that we can find the courage to put aside force, iron, and conflict. When mankind learns this also and gives up trying to conquer nature, and resolves himself to live in harmony, to live harmoniously with it, he too will find life much less difficult and nature much more kind. At the conclusion of this passage comes renewal. One finds oneself stronger for having passed through it, more knowledgeable, and perhaps wiser. Well, I thank you all for being here.